Look at that, he's throwing it in the fucking trash and not on the floor.
You were gonna say something.
Imagine that. Yeah, you need Greg here in this picture. That's our master bagger. He's the one that makes the Alan Harper bag that we build ourselves in-house. You can see how simple this bag goes down. An infused part is 25% stronger, 25% lighter. So this is our 63-7 inside rocker panel. Just to give you an idea what the rocker panel looks like so you can relate to what we're building. This is the inside rocker. And so we retooled this whole deal because we were making it, but it always got too fat on the back side. It wouldn't slide over that rocker nice, so you'd have to come in here and grind this. These slide over the rocker nice. This was our first pair that we built. And you can see the back side of it. You know, we're getting that press mold look. Well, this isn't true press molded parts. True press molded parts were in double steel A and B stamping tooling, which was heated, and you could cycle a part every 5 minutes. We cycle a part once a day. So it's kind of time consuming over that, but we're getting the looks for the back of it. This is a part that you don't see the back of it when it's installed on the car, but it gives you an idea what we're making here. Instead of making a mold for each one of them, we spent the extra time to make a gang mold. Never let time or money influence you from shortcut, or I don't want to spend that much to do it right, or I don't want to spend that extra day to do it right. The bag's installed, matter of no time. Part of what we're doing with this system is to speed up our process, but the most important part of it is to make a better part than what we've already been making. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a hand-laid part, but we're improving it, getting closer to what the original part was as far as a press mold, what they call it. We're calling this infused part. And so the process is pretty simple. We've added our product inside of the mold already, black gel coat. We've added our matte material in there, which takes a special mat. And then the silicone bag. It takes a lot of talent to build this bag, the way the bag's been built. And so we're just getting everything hooked up for the infusion run. The vacuum run's already hooked up. The vacuum hasn't been turned on yet, but probably the crudest thing of this whole deal is how you suck the resin out of a bucket. Pretty basic stuff. But this is what we found works best for us. The way these guys, our guys are doing it right now, we've looked at this process, so instead of increasing our prices, we're trying to keep our prices stable where they're at. Or in some cases, we may even be able to drop them a little bit because of our labor saving. But you got to keep practicing to get it right. You know, just not the doctors and dentists practice. We practice every day too as well. And so this is going to be our resin feed, pretty basic. We'll kick off our resin. We're going to show the vacuum as soon as we're ready to hit the vacuum. We want to thank the Alan Harper group. Alan's into his 80s. He's been in this stuff, I think, for a long time. When you talk to him, he's probably got the breath of resin. It's just so deep in him. And never met the man personally, never talked to his son and daughter. Their crew are doing a hell of a job at what they're doing. Now you can hear the vacuum pump just came on. We've invested in a very high quality vacuum pump that's ran plumb through this whole building. So wherever we want to make an infused part, we got our vacuum ready to come down to it. So it's pulling vacuum, and you hear the vacuum pump just shut off. That tells us we have a nice seal. Now next thing is turning on, it's going to what's called a morph. It's a port where our resin is going to go in, which another item that Alan invented. Hopefully I get to meet him someday. But his son was part of the posse that came in. Two of them came in a year ago and taught us this technique. So he's just double checking his vacuum there, making sure everything's down where it's going to go. So this is our second pair of these rockers, but we just thought we'd share it with you. Pretty interesting, big investment on our part, but it's taken the two things that you can't let influence you, time and money, to do. We have probably more time invested in this than the money side of it, but that time also turns into money. So there's your resin being sucked in. Vacuum infused part. You can already see it as it's coming across. It's dark enough. We have a black tin in it so we can see it coming down. Infused part. Every square inch, there's 14.7 pounds per square inch. So if you look at this tool we have here today, there's 30 square foot there. And in that 30 square foot at 14.7 pounds, 2,000, a little over 2,000 pounds per square foot, that's 40,000 pounds of pressure holding this down. It's not like the traditional way that everybody's been doing it, including us with the press molder. We used a bunch of vice grips, and the vice grips you can't control how you get it on here. This vacuum is controlling it. We have the same amount of pressure everywhere you're going here. So our resin's making it down, pulling it across, and they'll know when they're going to turn off the morph and it'll finish sucking it up. Tomorrow we'll pull the bag because we're not in a hurry. We want to make sure it's right. Don't be impatient. In the morning we'll pull the bag and we'll show you as we're pulling the bag the result. Okay, tomorrow is here. So we're going to pull this bag off. We infused it yesterday. We're going to pull it and show you our results. So here's the back side. If you want to get up close to her, DJ, check out the back side of it. You guys want to pop it out of here and flip it over? You're more than welcome to. Nice tight fit. There's the inside of your part. Now it comes time to trim it. So here's our jig for these rockers. We started off with a replacement rocker. Gary at Caledonia Corvette, he's done a hell of a job in what he does in making all this steel. And so we started off with a steel rocker. We had original NOS parts from General Motors, the rockers that we used. We blocked those rockers, we Duratec'd them, we wet sanded them, we rubbed them. And so we had a Class A finish on our part before we even tooled off of it. And so now we can control the thickness of this part. And so you can see going over top of a set of factory rockers. Fits it like it's made to fit it. Fits it like a latex glove. You can use your imagination for there if you think of anything else how it fits, but we're trying our best to make the best part there is. That's all part of the Infuse, and we want to thank Alan Harper again for sharing that with us. We're going to keep growing with it, and thanks Gary for making a great steel part.